Okay, so this is your Cisco 7841 desk phone. And I will do my best to describe things that are on the screen. I know it's a little washed out, however, bear with me with that. The first thing we will do is go through the buttons that are on the phone. So that way you know where everything's located and what it does. The first thing that unfortunately is very difficult to see is the line buttons. You have 2 on the left side of the screen and 2 on the right side of the phone screen. These line buttons will have your phone lines. Most of you will probably have one phone line, which will go on the first line button. You can see the extension here on the screen. These other line buttons may have phone numbers associated with them as well, or may not. Down below your screen, you have 4 soft keys. These soft keys are context sensitive, which means that they change with what you're doing on the phone. So right now you see redial, new call, forward all. However, if I'm in a menu or on the phone, those options may change to offer me different features. In the middle of the phone, we have a ring, and this ring is your navigation button. You can move up or down items on the screen. In the center of the ring, you have a silver button, and this silver button is your select button to select items on the screen. Over here, we have a cassette tape symbol. This is your voicemail button. So earlier, when we were talking about setting up your voicemail, this is the button that you will press in order to access your voicemail. Then we have our settings button. The settings button has a gear-shaped symbol. And when you press on the settings button, you do have call history. Call history allows you to access your missed, received, and placed calls. If I access this list by using the silver button in the middle of the navigation ring, I can scroll through the list using the navigation button. And when I have a number highlighted on the phone that I'd like to call back, I can simply lift the receiver or press the call soft key. Another soft key that I have is missed. If I'd like to view just my missed calls, I can press that and view just my missed calls. Missed becomes all calls, which will allow me to go back to my full listing. Exit will bring me back to my menu. The second option I have here is preferences. If I go into the preferences menu, I can change my ringtone, and I can also adjust the contrast of my screen. Again, to go back to the main menu, I can press exit, and to go back to the main phone screen, I can press exit again. The next button we have is the open book. The open book gives me the option to find my corporate directory. If I select corporate directory, it allows me to search by first name, last name, and number, or a combination of the 3. To enter information into the first name or last name blanks, I will use the dial pad. As you can see, A, B, C is associated with 2, D, E, F is associated with 3, so on and so forth. So if you were to have texted prior to using smartphones, you'll know how this works. Basically, if I'd like to, maybe the first name begins with K. So I will hit 5 twice in order to get to K. And then when the blank reappears, I can move on to the next letter. Let's say it's Y. So I'll hit 9 3 times to get to Y. When I have entered the information in, I can press search as the soft key is listed here. I don't have to enter in a full first name and a full last name. I can do partial searches if I'd like to. I hit cancel to go back to my main menu and exit to go back to the main phone screen. The plus and minus volume rocker here allows me to, of course, adjust the volume of a caller's voice, but it also allows me to adjust how loud or how soft my phone will ring. Next button I have is the pause button. The pause button is your hold button. Then I have the arrow pointing at the person, and this is your transfer button. We'll go over the process of transferring a little bit later. The group of 3 is your conference button. We'll also talk about that feature. The speaker button is your speakerphone button. The headset button is your headset button. If you have a headset, it does plug into the back of your phone, and you can use this button to answer and end calls using your headset. Then we have a microphone with a slash through it, and this is your mute button. When you are on the phone, this button, when you press it, does light red. Make sure that it's lit red when you press it. Otherwise, the person can still hear you.